Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Andrew Lloyd Webber is back on Broadway with his newest musical, School of Rock, which is based on the hit film. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company led by Alex Brightman and Sierra Boggess. All right, it is opening night, my friend.
Woo!
How do you feel?
I feel like electric. Now I know what people mean when they say that I feel electric, and I'm like, I actually feel like I could like zap you right now with like thunder and lightning. I feel unbelievable. I feel like way too important right now. That's how I feel.
What a life-changing role this, I'm sure, is for you. What has it been like taking on this role?
It's been a gift. I mean, sincerely, it has been something that I didn't think I would, get to do. I don't think a lot of people did, and I think it sort of came out of nowhere, which I'm thrilled it did, and thrilled that they're giving me a shot, and now I get to fill some awesome shoes and do it in my way, which is even cooler. I don't have to do an impression, and so I feel like it's a total gift. I get to do this show the way I want to do it.
It's the perfect melding of artist and material.
Yes.
When I watched it, man, I was like, that is like perfect.
A lot of people who knew me and know me are like, this is tailor-made for you, and I wouldn't have been on that camp until I started doing it, and I was like, this is everything I do anyway. I play rock music, I sing rock music, I'm sarcastic all the time, and I love comedy, and I hate kids. So, no, I'm kidding.
You were on stage for the whole show except for like, what, 5 minutes?
I think it's about 7 minutes I'm off stage, total.
So what is that like? Where do you find the energy? Was that the most challenging, or is it all in the material?
It's mostly in the material, it's mostly in the kids. They give me tons of energy, and we pass the ball back and forth, the energy ball. And also, it's a lot of water and a lot of eating healthy. I had to like change my whole diet like it's like an athlete. I mean, like it feels, I've had to eat like an athlete because I lose about 1 to 2 pounds a show.
Working with Sierra Boggess and these kids.
Working with Sierra is a nightmare. I never want to work with her again. She's just, if you ever work with Sierra, just get out. No, I'm kidding. She's amazing. Sierra is I say this all the time. Sierra is spiritual in the non-obnoxious way, in the most wonderful, wonderful way, and she has brought me through some really tough moments in this show.
And the kids?
The kids, like I said, they are walking piles of energy that just zoom around the stage, and if ever I need anything, I will just touch them, I will put my hand on their shoulder, and I will get a jolt of energy, and I'm back in.
Okay, you are starring on Broadway in the new Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. What's going through your mind?
If you're asking honestly, what's going through my mind right now is that I really want to take a nap. But to answer your question, it is crazy. Yeah. The first show I ever saw was Cats at the Winter Garden, and so now I'm doing a show at the Winter Garden with Andrew Lloyd Webber, and it is surreal every time. He came up to me on stage today and he was like, "Well done, tonight you are a star," and I was like, I could have just fainted and melted right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a review.
Yeah, that's all the review I need. I don't read reviews, so that's the review I need from him.
So when you took your bow tonight on Broadway, Winter Garden Theater, do you remember what you were thinking?
You know what? I remember thinking, where's my parents? Because I know they were there, and I really wanted to know where they were. And I couldn't see them, which is fine, because I probably would have started crying. But that was my thought. I wanted to bow and then find my parents, and I can't wait to see them in a second.
Sitting there watching you, I was on my feet. You saw me.
I did. I saw you. He was beaming. You were just like, and that's what everybody is feeling like. Yeah.
Okay, it's opening night. You are back on Broadway in a new Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. What does that mean?
Oh, you know it means everything to me. I'm so honored to be working with him again and singing this kind of music. And he deserves all the praise, all the accolades, and he is right back where he belongs. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
And what a great role for you. Talk about her, sassy and fun.
Well, Andrew knows uptight. Yeah, Andrew knows me well, and he wanted to showcase many different sides of me that maybe people haven't seen. And I was saying I love being the person that the kids look at and scream and run away. It's like that's not usually how I roll, but that's how Rosalie Mullins rolls until she is reminded that music is within her as well. It's just I love going on the journey every night. I really do.
She becomes the coolest principal.
Yeah, because she finally realizes that it's okay to be who and she's enough. come on. It's just, and also my heart breaks for her too, that she's gone to this place. But what Dewey, Alex Brightman's character, says to her, that's like, we're the same person, even though it's funny because you would think, but they are, because at the heart of them is two people that are just trying to belong. They're just trying to belong. She's seeking perfection, and he's going at it with just like a screw you attitude, but they are, at the core of them, they just want to be loved and accepted and seen, and it's just like, it's psychologically, I find it very interesting.
And talk about Alex Brightman.
I keep saying, I feel so honored to be in the position that I'm in, to watch him step into that leading man. He is amazing, and this is 150,000% every single night. He's doing 8 shows a week. It's just like, it doesn't happen anymore. It's just, he's amazing.
Then there's the kids.
The kids are not only incredible musicians and actors and singers, but they're some of the best humans on this planet. I love these kids, and individually, they all have their own personalities, and they are handling this with such grace, and I hope that they continue to, and I will be that's a very important thing to me, that they stay the way that they are, just handling this graciously, because they are amazing.
Well, they're learning from all of you. They're learning from you how to deal with it. That's the best thing. They all look up to you.
Well, that's great. No, I went to them tonight before the show, and I said something to them that Titus Burgess actually told me when I was making my Broadway debut as Ariel. And I said to them, they were all like, Stevie Nicks is in the front row, I said, that's awesome. And there's a lot of stars here, but we're not. We're going to play the play. That's what Tyne Daly always says, play the play. But then I said to them, this is the mantra, and this is what Titus gave me. You have nothing to prove, only to share. And that is what we came on stage. I mean, we were all buzzing, but as soon as I stepped on that stage, that was it. We got to share this story. We got to share this story.
What a great mantra. So when you took your bow tonight back on Broadway at the Winter Garden, do you remember what you were thinking?
Oh, I don't remember what I was thinking, actually, to be honest, but now that you say, let's not forget, the Winter Garden Theater is where Barbra Streisand played in Funny Girl. So you know that is part of my whole thing, invoking her with me as I go out onto the stage. But to finally get to come and bow, it actually just felt like a celebration.
It is opening night. How do you feel?
I feel absolutely amazing. Has everybody already said that? Amazing. I feel crazy, I feel great, I feel happy. There's so many wonderful adjectives to describe how I feel, but honestly, I feel this way every night that I'm doing the show, so this just happens to be a night when all you guys are here, you know, which is even cooler. But like, let's be honest, it's cool to have Richard Ridge here, and Paul, but I feel so, honestly, I'm just so happy. I'm happy to be a part of this, and happy to be a part of this, the whole team. The creative team are all super nice people, and they make us happy. My co-stars make us happy, yeah. How do you feel?
I love this. I mean, your opening tonight, the red carpet ran from 50th to 49th Street, plague lights everywhere, movie stars, stage stars, rock stars. I mean, what did you all hear backstage before you went on?
Well, I saw that Ingrid Michaelson was here, and I have a huge crush on her. Is she here tonight? You put in a good word for me? Sweet. And I saw Will Chase was here. I love Nashville. It's one of my favorite TV shows. I think he lives in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, because I see him all the time, but I don't want to be weird and be like, hey, dude, you want to hang out and play guitar? Because that'd be weird.
That would be great. You should hang out with him. You're in School of Rock. He's on Nashville.
Yeah, we should have some bourbon, whatever, dude. I bet he drinks some bourbon. Otherwise, I'm just like, we're all having a good time. That didn't answer your question. What was your question?
You answered
a few bourbons. Sorry.
You're entitled to that. What a great role you get to play in this. How much fun is he?
It's a really fun role, and I got to meet Mike White a couple weeks ago. He was such a nice guy. He was about this tall compared to me, and he called himself the Mini Ned, which was funny. He was a very complimentary person though, and had like great ideas for things, and because we were still working out things, and stuff like that, which is normal. And but he was such a genuinely nice, approachable person. I totally got to get a picture with him, and he was a really sweet guy though. Yeah, he's a funny dude. He's a really funny guy. I hope he's here tonight. Is he here tonight?
They're all here.
Yes, right on. All right, cool.
Bourbon with a cast of School of Rock.
Yes, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. You look great, by the way. Purple is your color. Have we talked about how purple looks good on you?
Thank you very much.
Of course.
I can't do my hair, so I can do ties and shirts. All right. Working with these kids and working with Alex and Sierra.
Alex and Sierra are two of the nicest people, and Mamie Paris, she is like really, screw you back, yes, and total asshole.
Except for him.
And like, yeah, for sure. And like, he is what he eats. And then like, and totally, you can edit this. And then like,
We're leaving it in.
But the kids are all like super cool. They're well adjusted, and their parents are cool. Like you would think, oh, they're on Broadway. It's their first Broadway show. They're gonna turn into little assholes, but they didn't. They're all really nice, and their parents are really nice people. They're all like genuinely kind, chill people. You don't find that all the time. But the kids are all like, there's no attitude. They're happy to be there. They're really good at their jobs. They're like really fucking good at their jobs. I can't get over it. When I was 11 years old, I was an idiot, and these kids are not idiots. They're totally cool.
Well, that's why they're on Broadway now, and you weren't when you were 11.
Right? Yeah, I was like riding my bike over dead squirrels on the street. Yeah, for sure.
Well, look. All right, so when you took your bow tonight on Broadway at the Winter Garden Theater, do you remember what you were thinking?
I just remember thinking, holy shit, there's so many people, and they're all standing up right now. It's amazing. And like Alex and I just had a great connection there at the end for the bows, and yeah, that's just what went through my mind. Holy shit, basically.
That's a good thing to think.
Yeah, right? Totally. Yeah.
It is opening night Broadway. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels so cool. Amazing. I'm overwhelmed. Just amazing. Same. It still feels like a dream. It's still processing in my head. I'm not in the mood. I remember when you interviewed me at the Gramercy and you said, I'll see you on opening night. I'm like, I hope. And I'm actually here, and it's just perfect.
All right, you know, the red carpet ran a whole city block tonight outside of your theater. So many stars, some TV, movies, films, rock legends were in your house. I mean, who did you hear was there tonight?
We met Stevie Nicks and Sting. We also knew that Neil Patrick Harris was there, and all of the original kids. Most of them were there. Yeah, and Shanice Williams. I think Leslie was there too. Yeah. Leslie. Yeah. I think it was like my two biggest idols were there, Stevie Nicks and Ingrid Michaelson. Like, what more could I ask for?
Now, I want to know what today was like, 'cause I told you at the Gramercy, opening day on Broadway, there's nothing like it. Like when you got to the theater where your dressing room was filled with flowers and cards. How crazy was that?
It was amazing. I couldn't even see my station. Yeah. I was so overwhelmed. I saw everything. I'm like, whoa, like I knew that there would be a lot, but I had no idea how much. I just saw everything and I almost started crying. It was just amazing. I'm so thankful to be here today. This is like such a cool experience, I think, because all of us being together, it was just so fun. I just want to enjoy every single moment of it. Yeah.
So when you all took your bow tonight at the Winter Garden Theater, one of the most famous theaters on Broadway, do you remember what you were thinking?
No, I don't remember. It was just all a blur. This is amazing. This is everything. We did it. We made it to Broadway. Yeah. I was like, wow. That just happened. I was like, wow.
How cool is it? How do you guys feel?
I feel amazing. I mean, I've been waiting for this for such a long time now. I think we've been working for 3 months to get this show, perfect. And now that it finally is, and we actually performed it, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm having so much fun. Yeah.
There were so many stars in your house tonight, like Stevie Nicks, Mick Fleetwood. Who were your favorites that you heard were in the house?
Well, obviously Stevie Nicks, and Mick Fleetwood and Sting, but everybody, the original cast was here, so everybody from there they were just looking at me in my eyes, and I was looking at them.
Totally.
Neil Patrick Harris and the original kids too. Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. The whole cast of the movie was here. A lot of them saw it for the second time, and some saw it for the first. You guys just totally blew them away. They had the best time tonight. I mean, you guys are on Broadway. What does it mean to you?
What it means to be on Broadway is, I don't know if there's a meaning. It's
a feeling, right?
It's a feeling. I mean, it just feels great, and just to do it every night, I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful for this opportunity. It's been amazing.
Okay, so tell me about that callback when you finally were told you got this job. Tell me how you got it.
Well, wait, do you mean all of the callbacks?
No, just that last one. How did you find out you got it?
Well, at the last callback, there were 4 guitarists that I was going up against, and they put us in separate bands and stuff, and I guess they liked me the best, and I went home, and they said, you got it, and I was off the wall, jumping everywhere, kind of like how I do in the show.
Yeah, it was really exciting finding out for the first time. Yeah.
Okay, so when you took your bow tonight on Broadway, do you remember what you were thinking?
I was probably thinking, Lord have mercy, we just finished our first show.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I was just so happy. It's just so much fun.
Look at you all rocked out tonight.
Woo! It's that kind of night.
What an opening tonight.
It was incredible. The audience was out of this world. I thought the roof was going to come off the building. It was amazing. Amazing.
Being a part of this show, what it's meant to you and what it means to you.
It's meant a great deal. I mean, to be entrusted with any material by such great people, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Julian Fellowes and Glenn Slater, and the team is so magical. I feel so fortunate to be here, and the experience has just been great. It's been, we're creating, and to create something new like this it's a fun experience.
Talk about this wild woman that you play.
Yes. Oh, it's so fun. Oh, sorry, I probably just blew out the mic. I play Patty, who is kind of the villain of the piece, and it's fun to be mean. I mean, it's fun because in reality, if we look at it through kind of a broader lens, she's actually just a reasonable adult human being. But we want to root for the slacker. We want to root for the fun guy. So of course it's villainy, but it's really fun. I could never complain about playing the bitch. It's just a good time.
It is a good time.
It's a good time, and I get to be dressed fabulously by Ana Luisos, so I won't complain about that.
And these talented kids.
Oh my God, are they amazing? They blow my mind every night. I mean, it never gets old, and they bring such incredible energy into the theater. We'll never get sick of it. We'll never get sick of it.
But then there's Alex.
Who? I'm sorry? Oh, this guy. Well, finally the world will know about Alex Brightman, because he is, first of all, this role couldn't have been better suited, and he couldn't have been better suited for it, and he's just a terrific talent, and if you don't see him in this, you're missing out. You're going to miss out on some real Broadway history, I think.
So when you took your bow tonight, do you remember what you were thinking?
I think I was thinking, oh, finally we're here. There's this sense of when you're in previews, it's so fun, and you get to change and rehearse things, but I think we were so ready to open tonight that I doubt I was alone in thinking like, oh, finally, we can just take a deep breath and relax and trust our audiences and know that we have something to bring to the public that really is worthwhile and worth their money and that they're really going to enjoy.
From the film School of Rock. All right, first time seeing the show tonight?
This is my second time seeing it.
It's my second time as well,
First time.
All right, I know some of you took a field trip, like some people came. All right.
We crashed it early.
So what did this all mean to you, seeing, you did this film, millions of people love this film around the world, and now audiences are falling in love with this all over again on stage. Is it cool?
It's the most amazing, it's the coolest thing I've ever done, so to see it live and breathe as a musical is just even more mind-blowing and amazing.
I think we can all agree that movie completely changed our lives. And I think I cried through 90% of that show just because it was just so emotional. Like seeing it with a whole new cast of characters who get to experience the same things that we experienced when we were 10 years old. It's amazing.
Yeah. And especially I keep telling everybody, it's like we need to really invest in this moment because, we all went through this together and got to share this experience. And now there's a whole group of kids where we kind of get to pass the torch and they get to share that experience as well. So it's really cool.
Yeah, all that. Absolutely, I agree.
All that and above.
All that and above. It's very heartwarming. I thought I was getting sick during the show. I had so many goosebumps.
It was surreal. It goes to show how timeless the story is, and I appreciate that. I appreciate.
I didn't hear you. I spoke you on the car.
Hi, how are you?
How was the thing tonight?
Oh my God. There are no words. It was unbelievable.
Well, have the best time. Rock out tonight. Have the best time. Sensational job. Fabulous choreography. Gorgeous musical staging. It is opening night. How do you feel?
I am so happy it's here. It's great. It's great. It was an incredibly emotional night because of those kids.
They are so talented. What was it like when you cast them and then you were like, oh my God, now I can create with this group in a room?
You know what? First of all, when we cast them, it was because it was a long process, and when we finally got the cast, it was like it was a relief. But getting them in the room, kids. I think kids work better. They become less inhibited when they're in a collective environment. So as opposed to one-on-one, they work better when they're together because you allow them to experiment and let go. And so when they see one let go, then the other one will let go, and so that helps me go, okay, great, and helps create. But their energy is key, as you saw in the show.
and collaborating with your team.
Oh, great team. Great team. Laurence Connor, the director, he's funny. Funny. All we do is laugh. He's great. And Andrew Lloyd Webber,
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber. I mean, I was like, every dancer in the world wanted to be in Cats. You know what I mean? And then of course Julian Fellowes, who's not a Downton Abbey fan.
Totally.
And Glenn Slater, who's brilliant lyricist. It's been amazing. It's surreal.
Well, it's nothing like a Broadway opening, to make the heart race. And it was very exciting, and I loved the fact that the audience loved it. Both of my openings actually have been very happy nights for me, and I think I'm very lucky.
We talked on the red carpet before you went in. That was a huge red carpet. It was all between 50th and 49th Street outside the Winter Garden Theater. You had people like Joan Collins, Stevie Nicks. I mean, the creme de la creme of the rock world.
So nice of Stevie Nicks to come, I do think, don't you?
And your Downton Abbey family, too, is here.
They were, yes, lots of them, because they're over here promoting the next series, and they all decided to come to the opening night, which I thought was lovely of them.
What do you love the most about writing for the theater?
Well, there's an immediacy about the theatre. I mean, I trained for the theatre. I started my career on the stage. So I obviously have a kind of affiliation with the theatre. And there are certain things you can do in the theatre better than you can do on screen. There are lots of things you can do on screen better than the theatre. Every medium has its own merits. But I love the immediacy of a stage musical. It catches you when it's working. It catches you up in its energy. And of course, the energy of those kids is just, wow. And it's fabulous to watch, I think.
And this is a quick collaboration. You guys only did like a year and a half on this, I heard?
Yes. It was about a year and a half. It was Andrew's idea. And then he rang us all up and got us together. And it was the four of us, really. Laurence and Glenn and me and Andrew. And Andrew was a very good captain. He sort of led the whole thing very well. It was a fun job, actually. I know one should always say everything was terrible and painful, to make it somehow more of an achievement. But actually, it was lovely.
So when you took your bow tonight with the cast and everything else, what were you thinking? Do you remember?
I don't know what I think in those moments, really. It's like getting an award, It seems surreal in one way, and yet very satisfying in another.
So here we are. Congratulations. It is opening night. Glenn, how do you feel tonight?
Just absolutely exhilarated. Walking on air.
What has this whole experience been like working on School of Rock?
Well, it's just been a whirlwind. I mean, we came together, four of the most unlikely people to form a team to do School of Rock the musical. We bonded immediately, and it has just poured out of us. It's the fastest I've ever done a show. I think it's the fastest anybody's maybe brought a show from idea to Broadway. A year and a half, which is astonishing.
That is astonishing. You hear these stories like 9-10 years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know back in the old days, Compton and Green would do it in like 3 weeks or something, but nowadays it's very fast. So,
what attracted you to the project?
I love the movie. So much energy, such great characters. My kids are big fans of the movie, so I knew that it would connect to a younger audience, the kind of audience that we want to bring to Broadway. And having the chance to work with Andrew again. I've done one show with him where it was sort of his world of music, this sort of big operatic Phantom of the Opera-esque thing. This is more my world of music. And so much fun to be able to go on this journey with him into my world.
Because you worked with him on Love Never Dies. So what's it like? Collaborations are so delicate and so wonderful. What made yours and makes yours so special?
Well, we come from two very different worlds, and we bring very different energies. But we have a lot of respect for what the other one does. So it's just a good meeting of the minds. On Love Never Dies, it was music first, and Andrew had a whole show written out in his head, and I came in and sort of sketched in the details. On this one, it was much more of me doing lyric first, and Andrew sort of thinking, okay, how can I bring rock energy to this idea?
These kids are so talented. I mean, when you got into the rehearsal room with all of them, what went through your mind?
Well, even before we got into the rehearsal room, when we got to our final auditions, and we had the group of kids that we thought were the right group, and we had them on the instruments and heard them all playing together, and immediately it was just like, oh my God, we have a show. We could just sit and watch them rehearse for an hour and a half, and that would be a show. So once the whole cast came together, you could just feel the energy and feel them bouncing off of each other, and it's electric.
The audiences love this show. I was there 2 nights ago, on their feet. From the second the show starts. So tonight, opening night, you're all on stage, taking bows, everything else. What was going through your mind?
Well, first of all, it feels like a hit. It feels like the kind of show that audiences are going to be coming to for a very long time. It feels like we have discovered an enormous star in Alex Brightman, who I mean, it's astonishing watching him in rehearsals, seeing him turn it up 700 notches once he gets on stage, and every night a powerhouse whirlwind performance.
Lots of electric energy in here. It is opening night. How do you feel?
I feel great, elated actually. It's been an amazing journey, a lot of fun in the rehearsal room, and to be finally here, it's truly wonderful.
But this is a short journey for a musical, a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing actually. The fact that we just sort of sat around a table a year and a half ago, and that we're here, it's extraordinary.
What appealed to you as the director?
Well, I'd seen the film about 8 years ago, I suppose, and I had always thought it would make a great musical. And it was when I started talking to Andrew about it. I didn't realise at the time that I was talking about it that he actually was getting the rights for the show. And then when we started talking about what we could do with it, suddenly it made sense to me that we'd want to do an original musical rather than taking jukebox songs and create something brand new. And it really appeals to me because I think the children playing instruments live on stage is just something you don't see every day in life. And it just had a theatrical heart to it, and I just wanted to really tell that story.
The kids are amazing. What is it like directing them?
It is awesome because most of the children are not stage children. They don't come from a theatrical background. They just play rock and roll, and so that sort of makes them real, really, really real. And so they really understand, and they really want to be the best they can be. And actually, it was easier to sort of take their personalities and just bring that out of them, rather than try and get them to play characters. And so the characters are very, very much based on them. And actually, it was a lot of fun to play with them. Actually,
this movie is beloved all around the world by millions of people, and audiences are falling in love with this musical. What's it like for you, sitting as the director, sitting in the house, watching how this show affects audiences?
It is incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's a show full of joy, and I think I've always had joy with it. It's always made me smile. It's always made me happy, and to see it shared by an audience in that way, well, you couldn't ask for anything more.